After more than 20 years of working with athletes at every level, there are a few things I've seen that truly set the best apart. And no, it's not talent, training more, or being naturally fearless. So in this video, I'll share 3 things that you can implement instantly to start performing at your best. And by the way, if we haven't met, I'm Dr. Haley Perlus. I'm a sports psychology coach applying sport-specific techniques to help athletes and top performers optimize their game and perform at their best. When I think about mental toughness, now there's a lot that I think about, but 3 focuses that I want you to start really pondering for yourself. And the first one is that athletes who are mentally tough show up even when they don't want to. You see, when on the days that it's easy, on the days that it's maybe even perfect, on the days that, just the sun is shining exactly right and the conditions are so, and the schedule is perfect for you, and you're doing your favorite training exercises, this is your favorite environment, well, it's a little bit easier for you to endure and to persevere. When it's not the greatest activity, when it's not the greatest environment, when it's not the perfect situation, athletes that literally stand out amongst the crowd and gain a competitive advantage mentally, physically, and everything else is because they show up even when they don't want to. And it's not a struggle. They actually own it. They show up with courage, not oh, I don't want to, but here I am. I don't want to, but here I am. They obviously endure some of that, but when they get there, it is here I am. Let's get to work and make the most of this opportunity that I can have. It's really, truly one of the greatest ways to set yourself apart from anybody else that you're competing with, or to simply be your best. It's not always about searching for the perfect opportunity, for the perfect moment. It's not about waiting for those moments. It is showing up even if you don't want to. And also, it's not about you being perfect in all those moments. You may only have 70% to give that day, but are you giving 100% of that 70%? Remember, it's perfect is like we want to actually search for imperfection. When you're showing up in the imperfect moments, let everyone else complain. And you show up and you just give everything you possibly have to give in that moment. It doesn't have to be perfect, but something is certainly better than nothing. And whatever you can give at a highest level is what you're aiming for. So that's number 1, showing up even though you don't want to, and bringing your best, whatever that is. So even if it's only 70%, giving 100% of that 70. The second thing, in my humble opinion, that sets people apart from other people is the ability to take on discomfort, is to really embrace the understanding that this isn't supposed to feel good. Think about it. When you're learning something new, when you're changing something about your technique, when you're learning a new strategy, it's going to feel uncomfortable. That's a sign that you're doing something different. That's a sign that you want to have. So you actually want to search for levels of discomfort, because that's when you're going to increase your capacity. You're going to increase your ability. You're going to grow. You're going to improve. You're going to raise the bar for yourself. So that would be in something technical. If it feels weird, if it feels uncomfortable, it's probably a good sign, because it means you're making moves. You're figuring things out towards an improvement. Now, what if you are doing something a little bit more endurance? So it's the same technique, but you have to prolong it a little bit and you're feeling that discomfort. Same thing. Stay focused, stay in it, persevere, embrace, ask for that discomfort. Now, pain is not always the goal that we want to have. And I say not always. There are moments when your coaches or when your leaders or when you may even say, you know what, I really need to really make a strong move here, to really have this, moment of like shock and awe, I'll say. But those really use sparingly and you really want to make sure that you're doing it intentionally, and you're really wanting to be prepared, and you understand what's going on, or at least someone in your team understand what's going on. Pain is not what we're striving for most of the time. Discomfort is. So be willing to endure discomfort. That's actually what you're seeking in order to be your best, in order to separate yourself from others. Redlining is what we're looking for here. You want to be approaching that consistently. The third factor is, in addition to striving for a perfect performance, you also want to strive to be the best recovery you can be. When I'm watching high performances, very seldom do I see a perfect performance. What usually helps a person stand out amongst the others is that person is having a quick reset when a mistake is made, when an error is made, and quickly recovering. Call it recovery, you can call it a reset, you can call it resilience, get back up with intention and persevere with a short memory. So you're not harping on the past of what just happened. You are already on what's next. You are quickly recovering, quickly resetting. Now, you can strive for a perfect performance. Who doesn't want to be perfect? However, that's not the only goal. Equally important, may I even say even more important, because it's going to happen more often than not. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. There's going to be some errors. So it's having the quick reset button, the quick rebound button, the quick recovery button, and being the best recoverer you can be. That'll immediately get you back on the path of movement, forward movement. That'll quickly, hopefully, get you back on the path of confidence, because now you're saying, how am I going to recover? What assets am I going to bring with me? What characteristics, what strengths am I going to use to get me back in the game? Focus, motivation, confidence, and you leave the past right where it belongs, and you have the best recoverer. You can be the best recoverer in that moment.